I will teach you the 6 ways women manipulate men. We'll be diving deep into 6 such tactics that you need to be aware of. Trust us, once you learn about these tactics, you'll never see relationships the same way again. Point number 1. Withdrawal. The first tactic we're going to expose is withdrawal. Now, this is a particularly sneaky method that some women use to make you worry, blame yourself, and leave you guessing about what's going on. Picture this. Everything seems to be going well, and suddenly she becomes distant, quiet, or unresponsive. This change in behavior can make you feel like something must be wrong, and your brain goes into overdrive trying to figure out what you might have done to cause this. The truth is, you might not have done anything wrong at all. However, the uncertainty and anxiety this tactic creates can lead to you constantly trying to make up for a perceived mistake or problem, desperately seeking her approval and attention.
Hey, it's Mirror Beauty! In today's video, we are going to talk about why silent treatment, also known as tampo, is very prone to Filipinas. It is deeper than you think. Hey! Really? You know what? Tampo is a passive-aggressive behavior in which an individual intentionally refuses to communicate with another person. It is an act of letting someone know they're upset by not speaking to you, hoping that you will apologize or react in some way. And if given correctly, it can be useful for getting your needs met or expressing your feelings without resorting to yelling and fighting. However, some negative connotations are associated with this behavior as it often leads further to conflict and resentment rather than constructive resolution. The silent treatment can be broken down into 2 main categories: passive and active. Passive silent treatment means not saying anything, but instead using your body language to send a message that you're upset with them. This can involve sighing loudly, rolling your eyes, crossing your arms or legs, turning your back on them, or just generally giving them dirty looks.
Point number 2. Mirroring. This one is particularly deceptive and can be challenging to spot. Mirroring is when someone copies the characteristics, traits, and even body language of someone else in an attempt to appear more compatible with them. By pretending to have the same interests, values, and personality traits as you, a manipulative woman can gain your trust and make you feel more attached to her, all the while hiding her true intentions. Now, imagine this. You meet someone who seems like the perfect match. They share your hobbies, have the same taste in music, and even laugh at the same jokes. But over time, you start to notice inconsistencies in their behavior, or their interests seem to change as quickly as they appear. This could be a red flag that they've been mirroring you to manipulate your emotions. It's essential to remember that genuine connections are built on trust and authenticity, not on mimicking someone else. So, how can you avoid being deceived by mirroring? Pay close attention to your partner's actions and behavior over time. Look for consistency and a genuine passion for the things they claim to enjoy. And most importantly, trust your instincts. If something feels off, it might be worth investigating further. These insights could be the difference between a healthy, happy relationship and one fraught with manipulation and deceit. Keep watching to arm yourself with the knowledge you need to protect yourself and maintain control in your relationships. Point number 3. Guilt. Now let's talk about the third tactic, which is guilt. This can be a powerful and subtle manipulation tool that some women use to exploit a man's strong sense of responsibility towards their partner's happiness. By making you feel guilty, they can manipulate your emotions and bend you to their will. even when you've done nothing wrong. Let me give you an example. Your partner accuses you of not caring enough or of being selfish, even when you've been making an effort to keep her happy. This can lead to feelings of guilt and self-doubt, pushing you to go above and beyond to prove your love and devotion like a simp. But in reality, you've been manipulated into overcompensating for an non-existent issue. To avoid falling into this emotional trap, it's essential to recognize when you're being guilt-tripped and to stand your ground. Maintain an open line of communication with your partner, and don't be afraid to express your feelings or concerns. Be confident in your actions and decisions, and remind yourself that it's not your sole responsibility to make your partner happy. Point number 4. Hot and cold method. Moving on to the fourth tactic, we have the hot and cold method. This is a classic and effective manipulation technique that can leave you feeling emotionally disoriented and vulnerable. Here's how it works. A woman initially showers you with love, affection, and attention, making you feel like you're on cloud 9. But then, without warning, she flips the switch, becoming cold, distant, and unresponsive. This sudden change can leave you feeling confused, anxious, and craving her affection once more. You might find yourself constantly checking your phone for messages or obsessively analyzing every interaction, trying to figure out what went wrong. In the process, you become more susceptible to manipulation and willing to go to great lengths to regain her approval. To protect yourself from this tactic, it's crucial to maintain healthy boundaries in your relationship and avoid becoming overly reliant on her validation. Recognize that your worth is not defined by her approval, and remind yourself that relationships should be built on mutual respect and consistency, not emotional roller coasters. This next tactic might just be the most important one. Point number 5. Power of suggestion. This insidious technique can be difficult to spot, as it's often woven into everyday conversation. The power of suggestion involves planting ideas, desires, or expectations into your mind without you even realizing it. For instance, a woman might casually drop hints about a designer handbag she's been eyeing or an expensive restaurant she'd love to try. These seemingly innocent comments can subtly influence your thoughts and actions, leading you to believe that fulfilling her desires will make her happy or strengthen your relationship. The danger of falling for the power of suggestion is that it can make you feel like you're constantly chasing after her approval or trying to meet her ever-changing expectations. This can be emotionally exhausting and damaging to your self-esteem. To protect yourself from this manipulation tactic, it's essential to stay grounded in your own values and desires. Make sure your actions and decisions are based on what's important to you, not on the whims of someone else. Maintain open communication and be cautious of situations where you feel pressure to do something solely for the sake of pleasing another person. Point number 6. Victimization. This manipulative method can be particularly hard to resist, as it preys on our natural instincts to help and protect others. When a woman presents herself as a victim, whether it's due to past relationships, family issues, or other personal struggles, it can evoke a strong emotional response from you. You might feel compelled to comfort her, offer support, or even try to rescue her from her problems. However, this can sometimes result in a one-sided relationship where your needs are neglected or you're constantly walking on eggshells to avoid upsetting her. To avoid falling into the trap of victimization, it's important to recognize when someone is using their hardships as a tool for manipulation. While it's important to empathize and support those we care about, it's also crucial to maintain healthy boundaries and prioritize your own well-being. When you notice this tactic being used, try to take a step back and objectively assess the situation. Is the person genuinely in need of support? Or are they using their struggles to control and manipulate you? Open communication and self-awareness can help you navigate these situations and ensure that your relationships remain balanced and healthy.
How it does work, if you guys want to know a little secret, is starting off with fun things. Guys like to pay for fun things. And yes, the hair and the nails, in the grand scheme of things, they like to pay for that. But if you tell them that you're going to a spa day with your friends, and you got to be seductive. You guys, you got to be sensual with it. You got to have a mouthpiece, okay? You got to be able to stroke their ego to get what you want. I say this all the time. But if I was to ask, a sugar daddy or any guy, like, babe, I really want to go to a spa day with my friends. Don't you want to treat me? Don't you want to spoil me today, baby? Please. And then I would send like some type of face of me doing, I would probably send a meme. I wouldn't send my face, but I mean, I could. And something like that. And it will work because it's like, okay, she's being a brat about going to the massage parlor, but it's not dire need. So, they see you on your stuff, your bills are not past due or whatever. So now you can start sending pictures of bags and shoes and things like that. And then I always say, like, you don't even have to buy these things. You can use that to pay your rent or whatever like that. But gradually you would send things that are fun. I'm going here. I'm going here. And they'll see you doing all these things and they want to add to that. You know what I'm saying? And this is guys that you built relationships with or whatever. But I'm trying to tell you guys, like, a guy seeing you on your stuff, and I'm not saying independent woman, we don't need no man. I'm saying, like, I want to be spoiled because I want someone to understand my value because I can do it for myself. You know what I'm saying? Not, oh, I can do it for myself, I don't need no help, or not, I can't even do it for myself and I want you to do it for me. There's levels to this. You know what I'm saying? There's levels to this. There's the poor, and then there's the I'm above getting money from men, and then there's me. I'm in the middle. I'm like, I'm gonna get your money, I'm gonna take my money, I'm put it together, put it in the bank, and I'll go about my business. You know what I'm saying? But building up these relationships, and this is really just like a little finesse talk, because I know you ladies think that coming off desperate and needy and like, babe, I'm $250 short on something, like, yes, some guys be like, oh, well, why would I pay for you to go on a vacation that I'm not going on and all this other stuff? That's where the mouthpiece comes from. That's where the swindling of it all comes from. That's from, babe, don't you want me to live my best life? Don't you want me to do this? Don't you want me to do that? And be like, never mind, I'll just get it for myself. And it works every time. Like, no. I didn't say that I wasn't going to pay for it for you. I was just asking, why is it, you know what I'm saying? Or I would even go about, like, I just finished paying all my bills and now my sisters are taking a trip to Rome. And I'm like, my sister wants to pay for my ticket, but I'm just like, I don't want her the whole thing on her. Look, y'all, I use this always. Child. Bless whoever watched this video. My sisters have been to Rome 3 times. Never been. But I always say, like, my sisters have been to Rome. They're going to Rome and I just really want to go with them. They're going to pay for my ticket. But I'm like, should they even pay for my ticket when I have a man like you in my life? A strong, muscular, handsome, bald head man. Why do they have to pay for my ticket? You know what? Just forget it. I'll just have my sister slave and pay for my ticket. I'll be in debt for the rest of my life. No, seriously. So, no, I wouldn't say that part. But I'm just saying, like, needy. And y'all, I'm telling you, vacations are never going to get played out. Nail shop runs are never going to get paid out. And nail shop runs aren't ghetto, because I'm telling you, don't act like you're in dire need. I would send them pictures like, hey, babe, I'm at the nail shop, and this is how much it costs. And then put a sad face and be like, I guess I'll pay for it. And then 9 times out of 10, they will offer. If they're a generous man, they will offer it. You are the total package. A guy has nothing, like, he has no choice but to either step up to your level or step down. So if you come as the total package, like, you already come with everything put together, I wouldn't be hanging out with somebody that wants to 50-50. Like, I would be being around men i.e., that's gonna pay my bills, or help me pay my bills. And like I said, gradually that will happen. From the vacations, it's easier. Another example, I'm gonna repeat myself. It's easier to go from nails, shoes, bags, vacations, paying my bills, than car broke down, rent past due, phone cut off, vacations, bag. Like, do y'all see? There's no correlation. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no correlation. And I say on my Patreon, oh yeah, if you guys are new, go ahead and join my Patreon, because that's where my extra finesse tips are. But I say on my Patreon all the time, be a damsel in distress, not some damsel in some mess. You know what I'm saying? And every once in a while, like, you guys don't even have, here's my thing is, if he has it, he's going to give it to you, because you are the woman that he wants to provide for. All you have to do is be the full package. All you have to do is be the total package, and they will provide for you.
Or a lot of girls be like, oh, well, guys won't spend money on me, or guys won't spend money on me, or guys are not spending money. And
I'm just like, where? Like,
who is not spending money? Because tell me if y'all are not at the mall, and this is even in hoe tactics. Tell me if y'all are not at the mall and y'all don't see couples shopping and Gucci and Louis and all that other stuff, or if y'all not on vacation and y'all don't see couples on vacation, or if you're not at dinner with all your homegirls and you see a bunch of couples at dinner. Men are spending money. Serious men are spending money, and they are out there. So don't just think because you ran into one dusty that they're not spending money. And also, don't think that your little ratchet tactics that you've been using to get $50 there and $100 there and $2 there, like, you didn't play the game right. You haven't played the game right. You actually were focused on winning small battles when you should have been focused on winning the war. You feel me? So you guys focus on the wrong thing, and the little wins mean nothing. The desperation means nothing. And I cannot stress this enough.
they don't not care.
They're tired. Men are tired of it. They're tired of it. And I'm not saying that if you ask for a lavish vacation, a man's going to pay for it. If you ask right, they will.